I was about to perform my ballet dance in front of the entire school when I saw a bucket of slime in the top corner of the curtain railing. It was positioned right over the area where my dance ended, and I clenched my fists because I knew someone was trying to sabotage me. But when the curtain was up and I locked eyes with my college scout who'd decide whether or not I'd get my dance school scholarship, I knew I had to dance. I hit my first turn, and the momentum carried me right at the bucket, so I cut it short and spun off the other way, landing a foot from the rim of the bucket in a plie, and my heart was pumping with adrenaline. I could see my bully Veronica in the front row, giggling with all the mean girls. She mouthed the words, "Careful, ballerina." She was trying to get me to flinch and fall under the slime bucket, so I tensed my body and kept dancing. I did a quadruple turn, gracefully landing with my hands raised above my head. Most of the auditorium clapped, and my college scout nodded while writing in his clipboard, but I noticed one of the mean girls was recording me, and when our eyes met, she mouthed, "You won't last long, ballerina. Everyone's about to watch you eat it." My knees started shaking because it was time for my grand finale, the final jump right under the slime bucket. I heard a whistle from behind the stage and saw Veronica was now standing where no one could see her, and her hand was on the rope of the bucket, getting ready to dump the entire thing on top of me. "You're not getting out of this, ballerina," she said, her phone still pointed right at me. I knew I only had a few seconds to react and make the right decision, so I threw myself into the grand jeté and came flying right at her face. She was so startled that she fell back, and the bucket went with her, and 3 liters of cold slime poured down over her own head. All of her fake friends turned their cameras towards her, still live streaming and laughing. Veronica stood frozen, green sludge sliding off her chin onto her screen. "Delete it," she screamed, clawing at her eyes. My scout caught my eye through the chaos and nodded once. "I've seen enough," he called up to the stage. "Welcome to Juilliard." My roommate walked in and asked, "Have you seen the sweet bread that was in the cupboard?" "Yeah, I had some like an hour ago." "Why?" I answered, still scrolling through my phone on the couch. She dropped to her knees right there in the kitchen. I laughed because I thought she was joking, until I saw her hands shaking as she gripped the counter. "You ate it? The whole thing?" Her voice cracked like I'd just told her someone died. Suddenly, she lunged for the kitchen trash can and started tearing through it like a mad woman. "It was just one piece, Sophia. It was on the shared shelf." She didn't let me finish, just ran to the bathroom and slammed the door so hard the pictures on the wall rattled. I could hear her throwing up from emotional pain, which made my stomach turn. What the hell was in that bread? Before I could even process what was happening, her boyfriend Nikos burst through the front door, still in his EMT uniform because he left work early. "Where's Sophia?" he asked, breathless. "She texted something about the bread?" When I pointed to the bathroom, he walked in, and Sophia whispered something to him, and he went completely white, like someone had died. I was starting to panic. My phone buzzed. It was our landlord. "Heard what happened. So sorry. Rent can wait this month." My hands started sweating as I stared at the message. That's when the cramping started in my stomach. Sharp, sudden, enough to fold me over. Another wave hit, and I groaned. Nikos came out of the bathroom supporting Sophia, whose face was blotchy from crying. "We need to go to the hospital," he said. "Now." "What? Why? Is it food poisoning?" "This isn't food poisoning." His voice was deadly serious. "Trust me, we need to go now." The cramping was getting worse, and I kept trying to remember exactly what that bread had tasted like. When we got to the ER, Nikos ran ahead to talk to the intake nurse. I couldn't hear what he was saying, but she looked shocked and waved us through immediately. As soon as the nurse saw us, the first question she asked me was, "Do you have reactions to precious metals?" the nurse asked as she prepped an IV. "What? No, I don't think so." My voice came out higher than usual. "Why would you ask that?" She exchanged a look with Nikos, but didn't answer. A doctor appeared with a portable X-ray machine, which seemed extreme for food poisoning. His face was serious. "There's definitely a metallic object in your stomach," he whispered quietly. Before I could even process what he said, an elderly woman appeared in the doorway. It was Sophia's grandmother. Her eyes were red-rimmed like she'd just finished crying. The room went silent. Sophia finally looked at me, and the anger in her eyes made me shrink back. "You ate my flurry," she said, each word dripping with barely controlled rage. "Your what?" She sighed like she was sick of me and continued. "In Greek tradition, we have a lucky coin that we put into sweet bread. When you're the one to eat the slice of bread with the coin, you